What is up, y'all? You know it's me back at it again, burning that midnight oil. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure hit that like button, and make sure you turn on the notifications. Hit that bell button below to make sure that you get notified when we upload. Help us beat the algorithm so we can get this swimming knowledge into the hands of the people we know we can help. So we have our last week on IG. Let's get into it. All right, so the first one we're going to go into is the weakest link. All right. We're going to do some of the little enhanced games work in there too. But so on the weakest link, when I started when I started coaching, our team was about, I think it was 180 when I started, and then we became routinely around 220. And we could never just throw talent at the wall and see what stuck, right? We had to actually coach, maybe no offense to everybody else who would take offense to that, but maybe you need some offense, who knows? But we had to make the most out of what we had. So if we wanted to relay, it had to come in-house. And with that, if we had kids we could pencil in the tags, we knew they were taken care of, we need to focus more on the weaker link kids. And even more important with this is, if you don't have that core group of kids that you develop with this kid, you're going to lose your top kid once they hit high school age. Because even myself, I wanted to leave when I didn't have people my age, my ability to train with. I've had kids leave who didn't have kids their age to train with, especially on the boys' side. So you got to make sure that you are taking care of that and developing in-house. At least I think the benefit of what we apply with our Reykli Technique Solutions is the motor skill. I prefer to think of it as athleticism, right? So contracting this muscle so this joint angle changes and produces an athletic force. And those are all things that you can, if they're not strong enough, you can go train it in the weight room to get that math equation right to the way they can create the output to go those times, on top of the technique leakages that we will fix. So to me, and another thing I guess that's really important before we move on is, when you have those top kids who are ready to go, if you coach them up to where they're fundamentally sound, what is more attention on them going to do? The mentality behind focusing on your best kids just doesn't make sense. Right? If you develop them, maybe all you need to do is just check every once in a while and do, hey, blah 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 blah, make sure blah 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 blah. Right? You don't even need to see them do it. You just need. I know that this kid struggles with this. They're my top swimmer. They have everything else under control. I just need a reminder and make sure that they keep getting their reminder. So it doesn't make any sense why people are so fixated on their top swimmers. I mean, it does make sense, but why they don't then spread a lot more of the time, because that box is checked. Keep it pushing. All right, so our next one that we are going to look at is the cell phone. Yeah. Shout out to Katie Ledecky right here. Back when Killer Cam was on the pink Mink. Cameron Giles. Dipset. Shout out to Dipset. Shout out to It Is What It Is podcast. We are not cool, guys. We got to do a better job of being cool as swimmers. And the thing is, people will be I talk about being authentic, but I think in the same breath, we are entertainers, or they are entertainers. I'm not. I'm a educator. But if putting somebody in a pink mink is what it takes to get paid, why are you not putting on the pink mink to get paid? Imagine if her habit was wearing some type of mink coat, and then she has that meet, gets out, makes a phone call, and actually throws the phone and signs it and throws the phone in the stand. That would have been almost cuss. I'm trying to keep it clean, guys. That would have been epic. Would have been epic. All right, it definitely would have been all over swimming. Every swimming outlet, people have been talking about it all over the swimming world. And it probably would have got, especially, and this is the thing, right? You got to think, and this is why I say the cool part. Cameron's pink mink, like Drake even has, he bought Cameron's pink mink. He has it. And the little hat he has on right there, let's see, it's going to show it right here. Drake bought that. He has it. So when Reykli Technique goes that time, I don't know if she broke the world record or not, I forget, but she goes that time and then pops on the pink mink with this pink cell phone. They gonna be talking that cool shit about, oh, there it goes. That cool stuff about Reykli Technique. Who is this cat with the pink mink, looking fly, winning, signing the autograph? Because like, and they actually see this. I'll be in the trenches, okay? They actually gave an advertising advice to Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves that when he dunked on somebody, they were trying to market his shoe. He needed to take his shoe off and kiss it, like they got the springs, those boings, and like it would have been perfect because he told that like you would have been Katie, you would have been on Is What It Is that night. I guess the next morning. Right? Like, we don't know how to market. We don't know how to sell ourselves to the media. Like, the things you need to do. Like, all you got to do, here you go. This is a freebie. USA Swimming. Caleb Dressel. Bobby Fink. I'm drawing blanks. Carson. Luke. Mr. Alexi over in Cal. USA Swimming. Go look at all the sports broadcasters who either hooped, played a sport, not like Stephen A. Smith, although we'll get people who played sports, figure out like what was the cool stuff they did, and you need to figure out how to incorporate that into your walkout, into your win, and you need to make sure, you may even need to get on the mic and say shout out to Shaquille O'Neal, right? Like walk out in a Lakers jersey. Do some type of slam dunk, Shaquille O'Neal celly, go do the interview. I had to dunk on him like Shaq, like a Shaq attack. Like y'all gotta think the game. And if you don't want to do it, it's like that's some loser, I almost cussed again. That's some loser stuff. Like it takes what it takes. Do it or don't. That's a freebie. And what I mean by it's a freebie is I expect you guys to be like, yo, Dax hooked me up. Here's your kickback. You're welcome. All right. So our next one, we got the underwater dolphin kick forever. So the significance of this one, guys, is like it says, start from the chest, use the hips, use the fingertips down. I'm self-taught in my dolphin kick, and I taught myself from the knees. And the big piece, I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can. Nope, I can't. Can I one frame from this at a time? Nope. A big piece of this is, can I pause it? Ooh, I can't. It's right there. You turn your head sideways like this, and you look at it, you can see him, there's kind of like this seated angle. Right, and that's what I observed. And if you go, going frame by frame, like, okay, when his knee is straight, there's this angle, his chest is in this angle, and then finding the lowest common denominator or order of proof, whatever you want to think about it, that was like the central point, right? And they made power, and the quads make power, right? They straighten the knee, they make that ankle flex, or I don't know what the word is. But bend backwards so it can snap the kick out. So that's like where you're going to get your power from for your dolphin kick, right? And then obviously the up kick. But when I was first thinking of this and learning this, I was like the quad, all right? And when you watch it frame by frame, you even see that the knees tuck in and it straightens. But this, like if this is a flat hip, it tucks in and then it straightens, but this part never changes. Right, it tucks in, it changes. So I was like, okay, well, that's why I need to master a seated drill, and that's why the first step in the progression is the seated kick. So, excuse me, it's where it is, and I guarantee you, most of your swimmers will be able to learn dolphin kick a lot faster if you teach it to them from their knees. Guaranteed. All right. Yeah, maybe some athletes get it from the chest, maybe some get it from the hips. Maybe some are so good from the hips, but it's actually bad, but it just looks good because they're killing everybody and they're going fast. But the better way that actually teaches them how to use their athleticism, use their joints, use their tendons, use their muscles is what we got with Reykli. Okay, so that's like why I say like it's in the knees, because if you can't get the up kick, you at least going to use that quad and get the down kick and that hammy to bend the heel back. All right, and our final one. You know, we don't. No, we can't let that. Oh, yeah, we can. We don't let this one play.
I don't watch the shit now. Like, I'm not watching a bike race. So I'm gonna watch. And then, to be honest with you, niggas don't really watch swimming until it's the Olympics, and then it got to be somebody like Michael Phelps. Like, yo, last time I watched swimming, it was Michael Phelps because everybody talking about, yo, Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps, nigga name was ringing in the street. So niggas like, let me tune in. Let me see what this Phelps nigga is about. I don't know the last swimmer since Michael Phelps. Who's the last swimmer for America since Michael Phelps? Man or woman? We don't know. So no, I'm not watching. I'll probably watch some highlights like, oh shit, look how fast that nigga on.
That's Cameron, right? And Cameron is like he's the leader of the new media, right? Is what it is. He and Mace and Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, or Stat for short, right? And everybody my age better know Cam. Dipset, Jewels, Dip, Santana, Set, or Ballin', you know that song, so that's them. But like everybody watches them. ESPN, their anchors, everybody who plays sports, like we grew up on Cam, right? Kill a season. And they all watch Cam. So if you can get his attention and get on his show, you'll be on the other shows, or you'll get people will know you on those other shows. It only takes one person from a major outlet like an ESPN to get you popping, right? And like if I could get into Pink Mink, catch a race win, put the coat on and go do my interview. Shout out to It Is What It Is. Shout out to Cam and May. Shout out to Stat. Doing it big. Let's link up. Boom. I'll be on the show soon. Pink Selly. Oh my goodness. So like it's a game, guys. You guys got to know how to play the game, right? Who are the key players? Who are the linchpins? How do I get their attention? Make it look fly when I get their attention, right? With like I said, with the Lakers jersey. But I think the point that I want y'all to get from this is there's two things, right? Oh no, actually I'm gonna save one of them for this Thursday. But the thing I want y'all to take from this is I'm always saying like swimmers, we are not the popular kid. Like here, they're basically over this segment. It's like at the end of the show, they compared us to jogging, competitive jogging, biking, not cycling, biking. You might as well call us power walkers, right? Like that is our place in the sports hierarchy. We are near the bottom, jogging. Okay, and the first step to, if you want to get this sport the popularity, is you got to realize who you are. We are not the cool kids. We are not popular. We are not a sport. Okay, we are a bunch of dorks in Speedos. Okay. And once you understand that, you can figure out how to move and make that your own power, right? You wear your armor like weakness so nobody can hurt you with it. Put that on a t-shirt, underdog, right? That's a Shaq quote right there. Like, boom. You see what I'm saying? It just flows out me. The playerism flows out me. But, like, it's stuff is easy, guys. This stuff is easy. Once you understand who you are, you can make it cool. Right? Like I know, like we had people on our basketball team. I know I have black friends. Like yeah, there's a nerdy kid, but he acknowledges he's a nerdy and he's our nerd. Okay, he's our nerd, right? And yeah, he does some cool stuff like I dropped out of school, started telling dog fool, get the biggest pistol even though I was a small dude. I get your block hot, 50 shots out this AK. You know what I'm talking about? The manager for McKinney State. That should be us. Okay, that's what we should be aiming for as a sports community. or I don't know about sports community, but definitely as the athletes in their sport. That's us. we're the manager, okay, trying to be cool. All right, that's our identity. If you want to get this thing popping and put eyeballs on the sport and get the money in the sport, we are the cool sports manager. But guess what? He got an NIL deal. Okay, he got the bread, more bread than the players on the team did. Got to play the game to win, guys. Take this with you. You play the game well or you lose. Refusing to play the game is choosing to lose. Refusing to play well is choosing to lose. Once again, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, tell us what you thought about the content. You know, if you want to throw in some content you want us to review for last week on EJ, on IG, you know, drop it in the comments, copy paste the link if you can. I don't know if it'll let you. And make sure you hit that bell button to make sure you get notified when we post new content. Peace.